Hello friends, for this week's media demonstration video, I'm going to show you how to use colored pencils to finish this sushi drawing. It's really fun and it's got a lot of bright colors in it. I don't know if you've ever had sushi. You don't have to enjoy eating sushi in order to enjoy coloring it though. I personally love it and I think it's just an art form in and of itself. It's beautiful and there's often a lot of fun things in addition to the sushi to be paying attention to. For example, the bowl that they would put the rice in, perhaps this fan, the chopsticks, the wasabi little condiment dish here, the rectangular shaped plate that you might receive your sushi on. There's a lot of really fun elements and details, and I hope you enjoy this as much as I do. All right, guys, so we're going to go ahead and get started. Still trying to get people to get these magnets from you guys. So if you want one, tell your parents to let me know. I will send you one in the mail with a personal thank you note. Please subscribe to these videos, guys. Like them, share them with your friends. It's really important. It's a great way for other people to learn about Arts Hub, and your support is extremely important and very, very helpful. So thank you for that. That's why I have those magnets, so I can say thanks with a special little gift. All right, guys, so we might as well go ahead and get started. So the colored pencils, we are going to be using them, and if you have seen any video of mine ever, you know probably what I'm about to say. It's nice to have this giant container of colored pencils, right? But you can't really make a decision. You know what? Sometimes it's fun just to reach in and color with whatever you have, but I personally always encourage you guys to have a plan and to get things ready so you can have the best outcome. So I'm going to work on that. I'm going to do it in time lapse. You don't have to see me select every pencil. Also, I'm going to talk a little bit more about the good old pencil sharpener. That's because these colored pencils are made with wax, my friends, and if you do not sharpen them with a manual sharpener or a specially designed electric sharpener, you are going to fill up the teeth of your electric pencil sharpener with wax. It will not work anymore, and it'll be sad. You'll have to throw it away. There are special ones that they make for colored pencils that have titanium blades, and those are great, but they're not really necessary. And they're cool gadgets, but look at this, guys. This thing lasts you forever, costs about 25 cents. So I cannot recommend this enough. Get yourself a little tray to catch the shavings as well. Those are important things. Last but not least, before we get started, I want to say there's also a thing in this world called a colorless blender. That's right. This is a colored pencil that has no color, but it has the wax. And so if you want to make something go, say, from yellow to orange to red, you can do that with shading. You can do that with the regular pencils because they also have wax. But then you can go over it with this colorless blender and really get some magical blending going on. It's not a requirement, but they're fun to have, and you can get these at Michael's, and they're really cool. So you might want to consider that. All right, friends. A reference. I say all these same things over and over again, I know, but I really hope that this message is getting into your brain and sinking in, because a reference is important. You don't have to make a copy of this, but this is a great thing to look at. Unless you have a plate of sushi sitting in front of you. That's a great reference also, but it might be too tempting. But look at these great colors. We got oranges and greens and yellows, and we have blacks and browns and pinks, all kinds of good colors. So guys, I'm going to keep that nearby in my handy dandy little reference stand, which is off camera, but I am looking at it right now. It's awesome. And it's time for time lapse. So here we go. Well, guys, I have finished coloring with pencils, and there's always more a person can do, and it's sometimes good just to, you know, take a step away, maybe go for a walk, come back and look at it again with fresh eyes and see if there's something you want to change. As I was coloring this, I was thinking about how some of my students might say, oh, the rice is white, I'm not going to color it at all. But even things that are white have light and shadow on them, guys, and this is art. So we're trying to show a little bit of shading, and you can do the shading with tan, you could do it with blue, you could do it with gray. I did some shading with the tan today on my rice. And also this colorless blender, I just wanted to do a real quick demonstration here. It's just fun on certain things. It's like once you're done, you can go back and go over some of these things if you really want to like bring those colors together. And it just kind of adds another layer of wax on top. And that's, it's just a fun technique and it looks pretty good. So just to give you an idea, I'm going to go over some of these things. Sometimes you can really see it. Other times it doesn't stand out as much. But I think it's a fun thing, and it's definitely a cool, you know, technique to work on something a little bit more. And that's why I said it's okay to take a break and come back and continue a little bit later. So I'm going over this now with my colorless blender, and you can see how it really makes a difference on this sort of greenish black color. See what I'm doing there? Last thing I want to say, guys, and I know I've said this before with other colored pencil drawings, you know, if your pencil gets too dull, you're going to be scratching the paper with the wood, meaning if the lead of your pencil gets all the way down to the pencil wood and you keep coloring, you are going to be digging grooves into your paper, and that's not necessarily what you want to do. You can see how that looks even cooler than it did before. And here's another example. Check out the big dramatic difference on the black. So I'm just adding the colorless blender now on top of my colors. I'm not going to continue the whole thing. I just wanted you to see how it works. It's fun and it's worth it, guys. This is a really neat drawing. Oh, real quick before I go, I did do some cross hatching. So cross hatching is another form of shading. It's when you kind of go like this and then you go the opposite direction like that. And Sushi has sort of a woven texture to it, the seaweed on the outside, I should say. And so I did some cross hatching, and then I did some light coloring over top of it, and then I took my woodless colored pencil and I went over that. And you can see by doing all those steps that you end up with something a little different than what you might normally get. So that's another option. The cross hatching, the colorless blender, you know, mixing blue, green into your black. These are all possibilities. Not necessary, not 100% necessary, but fun. And it's worth it, guys. Besides, it's a great thing to do on a cold winter day or a hot summer day. A day where you're not necessarily spending lots of time outside because of the weather. It's a great day to spend lots of time indoors doing something fun, like eating sushi or drawing and coloring sushi. That's it for today, friends. I hope you had fun. I know I did. I may have to go to the store and get some sushi. I'll see you next time.